Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. I promise not to be too long-winded in this video. I know I get a little bit crazy sometimes, just run my mouth like I'm doing right now. Okay, Van, calm down. All right. We're about to check out Dr. Phil, and he's having a conversation with a panel of regular people, professors and other people. And apparently a young lady who's on YouTube and part of, I think she's part of the PragerU team, Amala Ekpunobi, is on this video, man. As someone said this to me and said, Van, check this out. So that's what we're going to do. And it's about cultural appropriation. And apparently, the gentleman in this video is taking a really strong stance, saying something like cultural appropriation to him is on the same level as racism and sexism and all this other stuff. So let's check this out, man. I just want to see how foolish this guy sounds whilst talking about this. Let's go.
These are all celebrities who have been called out, criticized, and condemned for cultural appropriation. Has anyone here ever called someone out for cultural appropriation? You too? You have? You have? Yep. Has anybody here ever thought twice about wearing something or doing something, even cooking something, out of fear of being accused of appropriation? You have?
Yes.
Yeah, what was it?
My daughter had braids and she wanted me to get braids that were just like hers.
Why her but not you?
She's half black and half white.
Okay.
And so I just think that some things should stick with those cultures.
Well, no matter whether you
Whoa, so you mean to tell me that you had an opportunity to bond with your kid? You had an opportunity to bond with your kid. Your kid actually wanted you to do this. And you decided, because of how society is, you know what? Maybe I'll fall back on that. I'm just going to do the purple hair. Is that cool? Because I don't think I'm offending any other cultures by doing the purple hair thing. At least I don't think I am. I don't think I'm offending any cultures. Probably the LGBTQ community by getting it in rainbow colors, but I don't think I'll be offending the black community by coloring my hair. But the braids, nah, you can have that, baby girl. You can do that yourself. This is ridiculous.
you believe it's harmful or you think people should just be allowed to do what they want, there is no doubt this is a hot button topic that people are passionate about. Dr. Neil Lester, a professor of English at Arizona State University, right?
I am, yes.
And you've published, lectured, and taught extensively the area of African American studies. What do you think about appropriation? Do you think this is a real thing, something that people need to be cognizant of? And if so, why?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, because if we in fact are trying to look at the humanity of other people, and we are trying to live in a place where we are trying to be respectful and mindful of folks, then we need to be aware of things that are important to other cultures that don't necessarily look like us or share the same values. So it is a thing, and people need to be aware of.
Can anybody appropriate?
Anybody can appropriate, yeah.
You know what I'm noticing, bro? You actually teach extensively in your universities, your classes about cultural appropriation, and you're an African American. Guess what you're not? You are not Jamaican. Why did I say that? Because we think that we're if you're dark skinned, then we can do it. We can do anything because we're black. No, African Americans did not start doing the whole locks and everything. That's not something that we do often. We do that to try to model after the Jamaicans. We turn that into a hairstyle that we rock. That's a hairstyle that a lot of us rock and we wear. But that hairstyle actually means something to Jamaicans. Did you know that, Professor? I don't think you did, brother. Because you're inside of your class all high and mighty, the black man. I'm teaching about black stuff. And I dare other cultures try to model themselves after other cultures without their permission. I don't care if you're doing it to try to show some love for that culture. You're being disrespectful. And I'm going to make sure that y'all know this, and I'm going to remind y'all about this all the time. Well, did anyone remind you that the hairstyle that you're rocking right now, did anyone? I don't know if they did. I don't know if they did. I'm just saying. That's just my 2 pennies. Now, if I'm wrong, feel free. Anybody feel free to let me know and correct me. Correct me, man. Just silence me. Do what you want to do inside the comments, but let me know. Because I don't care about being wrong about anything.
Yes.
Not just white people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Appropriation is intersectional. So old people can appropriate youth culture. Youth culture can appropriate old folks. People who are not incarcerated can impersonate, prisoners or those who are incarcerated.
African Americans can impersonate Jamaicans about rocking locks and saying that our natural hairstyle is beautiful. That's what you're doing. You sitting. If this is not the pot calling the kettle Jamaican.
Men appropriate women's attire for the sake of funny and mocking. So absolutely anybody can do it, and everybody on some level may have flirted with it.
Okay, but a lot of the time that people that I've seen are called out for this, it's not that they were making fun or mocking in some way. It was just that they had adopted
That's a good point.
a fashion or a style or whatever.
I would say that's a performance. So if somebody's culture and somebody's identity becomes a performance, then it's reductive. So if you're reducing, for example, say the civil rights movement to an afro, and you wear that, or you wear dreadlock wigs, that Rastafarians may wear.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? If you wear dreadlock wigs that Rastafarians may wear, you're trying to look like you're wearing dreadlocks like the Rastafarians. This African American professor just confessed that hairstyle is what the Rastafarians wear. Does he look Rastafarian to you? Does he proclaim to be Rastafarian? You know what? I'm just going to let the court take that. Y'all just take that, all right? I want y'all to take that right there because that's important that y'all hold on to that, okay? Y'all hold on to that right there. That's for y'all. I just want to say I brought that up.
You do that because it's edgy, because it's cool, but ultimately because it's not you. And you're getting some kind of cultural capital from that by doing it.
And who's hurt by that?
Well, it's not a matter of who's hurt by it, it's who's being disrespected by it.
Well, who's being disrespected by it?
A whole culture of people whose identities are wrapped in whatever you're dressing into and can then take off.
Yo, this is why I usually say who's ever accusing you of something are usually the person that's perpetrating the thing that they're accusing you of. So if somebody is saying, you're racist, it's because 9 times out of 10, they're racist. Someone's saying, you're sexist, that's because they're sexist. He's saying that people are culturally appropriating and they're being disrespectful to other cultures. That's because he is culturally appropriating and being disrespectful to other cultures. And he's doing it because that hairstyle validates him. It makes him seem more black, more cultured. Look at me and the way I wear my hair. My blackness in all its glory. I am the only one that can speak on this because look at me. My skin is black. My hair is black. Not realizing that Rastafarians do it because it's spiritual. And I doubt you do it because it's spiritual. You probably try to tie that in to your whole makeup now to try to just cover your daggone steps a little bit. But bruh, that's not our hairstyle, bruh. This, you see this right here? Huh? People say, Van, you need to cut your hair. No, you need to comb your hair. I see that in my comments all the time. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Because my hair doesn't stop my success. It doesn't stop my looks. I'm an okay looking guy. I might not be the most handsome looking guy, but I'm an okay looking guy. And guess what? I'm fine with as long as I keep my hair clean and I'm not trying to appropriate any other cultures like the Rastafarians like you are. I am Gucci, brother.
Amala, you don't agree.
I don't, no.
You think worrying about appropriation is a waste of time?
I think not only is it somewhat a waste of time, but it's nearly impossible. You just mentioned there are nearly hundreds of ways that one could appropriate somebody else's culture or their livelihood. And to expect any one human being to keep on top of that throughout their entire life, I think, is an unrealistic ask. And I think imitation is a form of flattery.
Yes, imitation is a form of flattery. I like that she said that.
I appreciate my food by eating it. I appreciate the hair that I wear by wearing it, by putting on the clothes that I wear. And every single item around us in this room could probably be attributed to a certain culture. Do we have to constantly worry about what culture we gain things from?
Does intention have anything to do with
Well,
it?
I guess I didn't hear anything about anybody worrying about it. What I hear about when I think about and talk about cultural appropriation is people becoming more aware of it. We could say the same thing about racism, sexism, homophobia. Just because you can't solve it and don't see it at every corner doesn't mean we shouldn't be aware of it and trying to address it.
Wow, do you really put those on?
Being aware, you can still be aware of it without accusing someone of it. I mean, that's the line. Listen, bro, I didn't even finish my first year of college, but I know that. But you clearly finished a great number of years of college if you even came back to teach and become a professor in universities. And you still sound this ridiculous. What am I missing here? I need for the wokest of the woke black person who are watching this daggone video of me talking about this to break me down to size. Be like, look, listen to me, brother. Listen here, brother. You're dead wrong. See, you're talking to these white people and you think you know everything about what it is to be black. But you're wrong, brother. You need to daggone come back to the hood. You need to read your black literature so you can understand that the fight and the struggle is real. And they are culturally appropriating us. They want to look like us. They want to be like us, sound like us, damn like that, move like us, do like us. It's us. Yes, I play too much. But guess what? Life is short. And focusing on bull sugar honey iced tea like this and trying to act like this right here is the thing that we need to, like, the thing we need to do in order to prove that we are bigger and better and stronger and all these other things than other people is BS, man. And it's slowing us down. It really is.
On the same level?
I absolutely
Racism
do.
and sexism, you put it on the same level as cultural appropriation?
That's exactly.
So if somebody wears their hair like you're wearing it, you put that on the same level as racism?
Absolutely. I put that on the same level as white supremacy because white supremacy is intersectional.
Do you?
Bruh. Dr. Phil says, so if somebody's wearing their hair just like you are, you put that on the same level as racism? He said, yes, I put that on the same level as racism and white supremacy. I need to now do some research. My wife says this about me all the time. She's like, hey, why do you always say things and you haven't done any research about it? Or you just go off of a whim that of your own understanding and then you start speaking on it. I don't know why I do it. But sometimes I'm right and sometimes I'm wrong. Now, I'm not trying to hurt anybody, and my intent is not to hurt anyone. I don't want to separate anyone. I don't want to do anything to make anyone feel bad at all. But I do feel the need to make corrections when of someone else's points, especially if their points are intended to do all the things that I don't intend to do, which are hurt people, which are separate people. And what he is intending to do is separate people and hurt people and make people feel bad just about expressing themselves. Whereas when Wakanda, the movie Wakanda came out, and you saw all of these black people putting on their African garbs, their African wares, and going to the movie theater just so they can say Wakanda forever. And every single last one of us, a good percentage of us, like 90-something% of us, never even been to Africa, are not African, but we believe that that's where our people started. So we feel like we are not culturally appropriating by trying to look like the Africans, trying to dress like the Africans. We feel like we're tapping into our bloodline by dressing like the Africans. Where according to what this gentleman was saying, we are literally culturally appropriating. But guess what? We didn't go at each other's jugular for that. We actually celebrated it. Why did we do that? Was it because of misrepresentation? Was it because of miseducation? What was it? What was it? I don't know what it is, but I do know that this gentleman right here is not only is he culturally appropriating, because I don't believe that anybody should be teaching anybody about or trying to stop anybody from doing anything that they're doing. It's like people that raise kids and be like, do as I say and not as I do. I smoke these cigarettes because I'm grown. You don't need to be smoking no cigarettes. That's ridiculous, man. What this professor is doing is ridiculous. Amla represented herself very well. Dr. Phil, he asked some really good questions. I'm appreciative of him asking these questions. But basically, I don't expect to be right about what I say. I don't. I'm just making comments. This is what I firmly believe. This is the very first time I've seen this, and these are my thoughts. If I say this, I mean it. And if you find out any information that can change my mind, feel free, drop it in the comments below. And if you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van, and now we are all the LFR family, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and hopefully inside the Patreon as well. Y'all have been amazing per usual. Love y'all, and shout out to all 600,000 of y'all, man. I'm so excited. Okay, stop this.